Hi, my name is Claudette Morton. I'm with Active Production Design here in Atlanta, Georgia. We are a full-service production company. We offer lighting, video, sound, special effects, as well as staging, as well as videography services. We've been here in Atlanta for 18 years providing incredible events across the state as well as the country. And I think our biggest distinctive feature that we offer planners is that we are a very well-rounded company. Our event people come from all aspects of production. Myself, I come from broadcasting. The owner has been a single owner for 18 years. He comes from the music industry. We have people come from the movie industry, and that we have a well-rounded view of what it takes to make an awesome production. You can reach us by going to our website at www.activeproductionanddesign.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as iMeet.com.
How many of you have as an app on your mobile device or on your computer the TED conferences? Who's got TED? Right now, write this down, TED. TED. TED or TEDx TED stands for Technology, Entertainment, Design. TED has become the standard that organizations are using for delivery of information. It's dynamic. It is in a sense a sage on a stage, but it's not what you'd see before with somebody behind a lectern. It's somebody delivering something dynamic, often with a wonderful subject. And they're talking for no more than 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And so that's another way of delivery. So it's just TED. I have the app on my phone so that when I feel a need, I can go to that and have some fun with it. So reformatting delivery. We went many years ago from having a standard panel sitting on a table or sitting behind a table on a stage delivering information to talk show style, where we interview people. Instead of having the person who's the sage on the stage, have somebody sit down with them on the stage and interview them. Ask them questions, get the audience involved. Inside the Actors Studio, to me, is a great format where you get to hear the person talk about their expertise and then ask questions and get involved with them. And those are other ways of reframing it. Have color on the slides. I'm going to give you another example of that in a second. So these are, again, reformatting delivery. World Cafe is another way of reformatting what we do. It's another way of using space differently and also using all of the things that we do in order to have visuals. Virtual or visual facilitation is yet another way. Here's one of my favorites, and everybody disagrees. My friend Midori says it's Picha Kucha. My friend Adrian says something else. My friend John says Pachachka. And I am going with Midori because Midori is from Japan, or is Japanese. So here's what I know. People are visual. If you've noticed the slides, I've had a lot of visuals that I've talked to. I had a little bit of bullet pointing so that you could see things that were bullet points. We learn from images. We learn with the ability to see things and talk about them. Pachachka, or Pichakucha, came from Japan, from the arts and architecture community. Let me give you a couple ways to use it. There are medical groups now that are using it, and what they're doing is instead of having the doctors with 100 slides, they're having them do 20 slides, 20 seconds each, talking about the story, and they're just pictures on the slides, and then people break into groups and talk more intensely about the issues. You could use them in, I think, any profession. I think meeting planning, as I've shown you today, is another great one. So think about the images that you want to project and things that you can put up there. Look into it. I've given you the URLs for all of these because it makes it much more fun. Open space technology. Who's in this room has experienced open space technology? Has nobody? Nobody? Yes, you have. Will you talk about it for a second and talk about your experience with it?
We used it just briefly. I just had one experience with it. I would love to see more people doing it, but it was a problem-solving breakout exercise. And it was brainstorming. There were no wrong answers. It was facilitated, and it was highly interactive. It wasn't like there was a presentation. It was everybody was the presenter essentially.
And thank you for that, and that's exactly what it is. And let me tell you where it came from. Where at meetings do people have the best conversations? In the breaks, the halls, right. Why is that? Because they're allowed to talk, there's no agenda. Why else? No formal setting, no formal presentation. Harrison Owen is the person who coined the term open space technology in 1985. And what he did was just what we said. He observed where people talked at meetings. And I wonder why we're not doing more with open space. Now, I will tell you this, it's not for everybody. It's not for every conference. It's not for everything that has to be conveyed. It is, you'll have heard the term unconference. And an unconference is not really open space. An unconference often has an agenda and specific topics that they're going to cover, whereas in open space, people come together, and you can do it with as many as 2,000 people. They come up with the topics they want to talk about. There is a formal way of doing it, and what's really cool, I think, is you can end up with proceedings. You end up with all the notes. You know how we all say, oh, I can't go to all the sessions, and I can't get the information, and there's never any information from all those sessions. What happens with open space is that people do take notes. They're put into a formal way on a computer. And then you can even have the pictures of the people from the group so you know who to contact. If you're interested, I recommend that you look into open space. It does create a different way of understanding how you do things. And it's a way of involving everybody in the space. If you do open space light, which sounds like what you did, I would say make sure you have a good facilitator. If you do real open space, have an even better facilitator who understands open space so that they can facilitate what happens. So here's what I want you to do. And this is what I'd like you to do at your tables, and this is what I'd like the virtual audience to sort of focus on. What's going to happen now is the tables are going to talk for a minute. And while you're virtually there, what's hard is that it sort of gets in the way of the conversations in the room if I talk to you. So what I'm going to ask those of you who are on your own to do is continue the conversation by writing things in and bouncing off each other. And what I'd like you to talk about is, why is play a 4-letter word for meetings? So talk about, why is play a 4-letter word for meetings at your tables, and then we're going to have people write in. I'm going to not talk during this exercise. I'm going to allow people to talk virtually and bounce ideas off of each other. So have at this for just a couple minutes.